Factor with formula. Part A, x cubed plus 1. Part B, 5x cubed minus 40. And part C, 2x to the 9th power times y plus 54y to the 7th power. Okay, now, each of these has just two terms in it, so I'm going to use one of these two formulas for each one of these. Either a cubed plus b cubed, the sum of two cubes. It factors as a plus b in the first parenthesis, and in the long parenthesis, it's a squared minus a times b plus b squared. There's no 2 in the middle on this. And then the difference between two cubes, a cubed minus b cubed, factors as a minus b times a squared plus a times b plus b squared. Okay, so don't get confused. There's no 2 appearing in the middle of anything like we had in previous examples. Okay, so whichever we can get it to fit on the left side, that's the formula we're going to apply. The first problem, part A, that is factor x cubed plus 1. Now look, there's a plus in the middle. Obviously, I'm going to try to get it to fit the top equation formula, a cubed plus b cubed. But to see, the 1 is just looking like a 1. The x cubed is cool, but what about the 1? Well, the 1 is the same as 1 cubed. 1 times 1 is 1 times 1 again gives you 1. So 1 to the 3rd power is 1. So we can replace it with parenthesis x cubed plus parenthesis 1 cubed. Now it's very clearly the sum of two cubes, and we're ready to apply the formula. First dude is x, second dude is 1. So let's apply the formula. Short parenthesis, first dude plus last dude, long parenthesis, first dude squared, minus first dude times last dude plus last dude squared. Now simplify. We have x plus 1 in the first parenthesis, x squared minus x plus 1 in the second parenthesis, and we're finished. Part B, we'll factor 5x to the 3rd minus 40. Well, first of all, the first thing you need to always do is factor out the greatest common factor before you get started. You should always ask if that's something that can be done, because it simplifies your work. These two terms that are separated by the minus sign have a common factor of 5. We'll pull it out, and then it leaves, let's see, what's left is x cubed for the beginning, the first guy, so x to the 3rd power. And then what about the end? What does it leave at the end? When I factor a 5 out of negative 40, out of 40, it leaves 8. 8 can be written as 2 cubed. So actually what it leaves is x cubed minus 8, which is 2 cubed. And that's because 2 cubed is the same as 8. And then, of course, 5 times 8 is 40. That's where that all came from. You can think about that and fill in any missing steps. Okay, so bring down the 5 for the ride. Now we're ready to apply the formula to the x cubed minus 2 cubed. We're using the second formula in the cloud. It's equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So the a, or the first dude, is played by x, and the b, the second dude, is played by 2. Okay, so let's apply the formula. It's first dude minus last dude times first dude squared plus the first dude times the last dude plus the last dude squared. And there's our answer. You can check that to make sure I did it right. That's an application of the second formula. Finally, the last problem, part C, is 2x to the 9th times y plus 54y to the 7th. As we did in the previous part, part B, you need to ask yourself, is there a common factor that we should pull out of these two terms and bring to the front? Well, there's a common numerical factor of 2, and there's a common factor of y to the 1st power shared by those two terms. So bring out the greatest common factor, 2 times y, and put it in parentheses in the front. And then multiply by what's left. Okay, so 2 times y multiplied by what number will give us our first term, 2x squared y? The answer is, I'm sorry, it's not x squared, it's x to the 9th. The answer is x to the 9th. Now check it to make sure. 2y times x to the 9th gives us our first term, 2x to the 9th times y. Okay, now what do we have to multiply 2y by to get the positive 54y to the 7th? We have to multiply it by, well, 27, because 27 times 2 is 54, and then y to the 6th, let's see, y to the 7th, that should be a 7. Is that a 7? Let's check it out. Hold on.